How did you manage to cut out fruit? I keep going over a bit each day, and it is coming down to a handful of blueberries in the morning, and a clementine in the afternoon and evening, and maybe too many cherry tomatoes. I realize to hit keto they technically have to go. But how www. Did you guys struggle cutting out the fruit? I just stopped buying it. If it isn't in the house, I don't eat it. I really don't have an issue cutting things out. I know what I can and can't eat and stick to it. It's not the answer you want. But after having stretch marks on my shoulders, arms at the bend of elbows and at the stomach going back to pre-teens, going from 250 to 178 in 10.5 months makes it super easy. Grin, fruits are good. But having almost no clothes that fit me at the moment feels better. Good luck. I love fruit. I swapped for blackberries and raspberries. For a treat every now and then. Small strawberries, clementines are too sweet. So too many carbs, unfortunately. But 4 small strawberries and a dollop of the keto ready whip is less than 5 carbs. It's worth the splurge for me about twice a month XD. I cut the strawberries into 3 bites each and savor it as long as I can. Also, fruit is a great carb source for the times you do a carb up day. Much better than white sugar of any kind. So save your fave super sweet fruits for those times too. Good luck. I recommend getting some fresh cranberries and freezing them separately first so they don't clump. Then bag them. They taste like a tart apple. Just a few are very satisfactory. Blueberry, strawberries, and tiny portion of mashed banana. Never cut out fruit. Just picked directly. In it for sustainability. Looked up how much sugar they had every time I wanted to eat one, and looked how much sugar some things that are mainstream unhealthy have. I understand they are processed the same way by the body, and that was off-putting enough to not eat them. I'm thinking one of my issues was that I didn't really eat fruit to begin with. I skipped that for the pastries and chocolate. But I still eat cherry tomatoes. A few on a salad. Or on the side of my morning eggs. Portion control. If you're eating these fruit items as a mindless snack, try doing a swig of mouthwash first. Nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing. Tastes good after mouthwash. I use this trick to help stop mindless snacking before it starts. I even keep a mouthwash bottle in the snack cabinet. Works for me. If you're eating these fruit items because you're legitimately hungry, try eating half the amount of fruit and pairing it with a keto-friendly food. I used to make a strawberries and almonds snack. Then over time put less strawberries and more almonds. Just a handful of raspberries will last me a whole day. I still eat berries a couple of times a week. I'm allergic to most fruits. My immunologist joked that it's my body's way of telling me to not eat fruits. I will buy a small carton of blueberries most weeks. And a cucumber. I will have 1/4 cup of the blueberries. Or 4-5 slices of the cucumber per day. During the summer, I will occasionally get 1-4 pounds of grapes and have 3 or 4 as a treat. At first, it wasn't easy, but 6 years in, it's just the way I eat. I've got a young kid too. And one who needs to gain weight, naturally skinny. So I buy a lot of fruit all year. I find a bite of cheese, slice of meat, or something keto to munch on instead of the fruit will keep my carbs down. As a house we go through a lot of fruit, and I understand the kids' nutrition will come before our diet. But like many have said, willpower is key. Once you get into a routine it gets easier. You can do it. I eat berry fruits. I thought you could on keto. I'm new to this FYI. Simple. I just stopped eating it, then used my iron willpower to continue to do so. Struggling. You're weak. JK, just cut it out and eat more fatty food, it ain't that hard. They are just sugar. So the same way I cut out sugar. I don't eat it. Fruit is nature's candy. I had no problem cutting it out. Although berries are fine as a treat from time to time. As long as you count the carbs and don't go overboard. I didn't have an exceptional amount of fruit before. That being said, when I do crave something now, it's always fruit. Like some kind of fruit smoothie or something. Got plans to make keto-friendly ones soon enough to scratch that itch. Fruit is tough. I love fruit. And without it my diet just feels heavy. That said, when the fruit I have is gone, I won't be replacing it. I need the benefits of keto. And I'm only doing low carb right now. With my primary source of carbs being fruit. I am fasting regularly. So my weight is falling. But I'm looking to better manage my glucose levels, and I just can't do that at the level one want. While eating fruit. Perhaps once I get my body fully straightened out, I will reintegrate moderate fruit consumption. Fruits only worsen my cravings. I only eat plenty of green vegetables. I'm literally thinking about coming off keto for some fruit tbh. Life seems less natural wo them. This is another reason why I often think the keto low-carb lifestyle is one I was born for. Since childhood I'm 63. The only fresh fruit I ever liked was berries and lemons. Especially strawberries. The more tart the fruit, the more I liked it. The sweeter the fruit, the more I hated it. As a kid my parents used to pick strawberries and I always picked out the tiny green ones to eat. Grin. It's so expensive this year that it's easier to cut than ever. Tears of joy. I didn't. Still eat blackberries, strawberries, raspberries and blueberries. Only tiny portions though. Fruit is too much of a gamble for me. Nothing makes me more dissatisfied than a way too tart berry. A flat-tasting melon or a flabby stringy citrus. Can't justify spending the money. I did not cut them out of my diet and it still worked for me. I never ate much fruit anyways. Stop buying it if you have trouble. After 2 years, I now eat some here and there. I'm not concerned with 24/7 ketosis, so the carb levels don't bother me. I don't know anyone that ever gained weight from eating fruit. I didn't. Blueberries or strawberries for me, but blackberries and raspberries are okay in small QTY. The most common lunch I had when on keto was a very large tuna salad with a shit ton of cherry tomatoes. I usually did not need dinner on those days. I remained in ketosis regardless. I did not eat any other fruit, though, and counted all other carbs to remain under 30 grams of visible carbs, i.e. carbs that are obvious. I only eat fruit when it's in season and grown locally. So no citrus. I just stopped eating it. Not gonna lie though. I desperately miss some fresh mango, bananas, and apples lol. All of my kids' favorite snacks I can't eat. So I know the pain. Try pre-portioning his fruit into containers weekly so it's less in your face every day. Weigh out a handful of fruit for yourself if it fits your macros. I keep a food scale on the counter where I prepare meals for the kids. And a small bowl. And if I'm hungry for fruit, I weigh it and track it. Keep low-carb, high-vitamin C options in the house: strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, peppers, broccoli, leafy greens,